Hello everybody, it's Ollie from Games Alike, and today we are doing the scariest VR games ever made. Now, I've got to be completely honest with you, before I made this, I thought I was pretty good at handling scary games. Turns out I'm not. These VR games absolutely terrified me, and as a grown adult, I genuinely have to be selective of when I play them, because if I play them at like 1 in the morning, they are actually just like, they just jar me too much and I can't sleep. So yeah, be warned, I did warn you first, these games are terrifying. But without any more talking, let's just jump right into this list and get started. Resident Evil 7. Now this is considered one of the all-time best VR horror games, and anybody who's played Resident Evil just on normal without VR understands why. This game has loads of anticipation and is so eerie and creepy, but once you put VR on, it magnifies everything by about 10. The sounds, the creepiness, the creeping around corners, the things that jump out and run at you, the resource management, and everything is just very survival based. It's very intense and it gets going right at the start, so there's no waiting, there's no massive learning curve. Once you're in, and you are definitely going to get scared. The Exorcist Legion VR. Now, if you're scared of paranormal activity and ghosts, then you should definitely skip this game, because this game is one of the most terrifying ghost games you will find on VR. You play as a detective that's basically investigating supernatural and demonic incidents. You're armed with crucifixes, holy water, and just love of the game. There is nothing quite like the anticipation and the creepiness this game brings. Literally, it's hard to even play, especially if you're alone and especially if it's at night. This is also a great game to give to a friend and watch them play through, because you genuinely will be hesitant. You'll be preventing yourself from looking in certain ways, and the jump scares are very heart increasing. It can be slow, but it's got a very deliberate pace that it definitely encourages you to explore and leans on that anticipating kind of feeling inside you, where you know something's about to happen, but you just don't know if it's going to be now or in a few minutes or maybe even in 10 minutes. It's definitely coming. Phasmophobia. Now, if you've ever wanted to go ghost hunting, either by yourself or with your friends, this is the game that literally allows you to do that, all from the comfort of your own home. You get to go and explore the most haunted environments, houses, mansions that you could ever imagine, armed with an EMF reader, spirit boxes and cameras. You literally just have to try and find ghost presence and try to stay alive. It is extremely vulnerable, and it is one of the funnest scary games on this list, especially if you team up with your friends, which you can have up to 4 co-op players. It literally feels how I imagine going and exploring real haunted environments would be with your friends, but it's a lot safer. You don't have to worry about a lot of different things that could come with that, and it's still just as terrifying. And the reviews speak for itself. It has over 350,000 reviews and it's overwhelmingly positive on Steam. Paranormal Activity: The Lost Soul. Now, what makes this game creepy to me is that it's just set in a normal suburban home, somewhere that you could actually live in. That tethers it to reality in a way that some of the other games don't. And the creepiness is ever changing, because the environment triggers different events at different times, so it can be creepy even if you play for a few times. The haunting feels quite intense. It keeps you on quite a bit of edge, and that's where this game really shines. It's meant to just kind of be an keep you on edge and keep you scared simulator, but because of that, it's not got as much meat as some of the other games on the list, so it's not as fun to play through. It's more of a put it on, play through, see how your friend reacts and how scared they get, that kind of thing, whereas some of the other games you could actually play through and enjoy the gameplay and the storyline as they expand. Lies Beneath. Now, unlike most of the other games on this list, this game isn't super realistic. It's set in a cartoony, Borderlands-esque kind of graphic style, but that doesn't mean it's not terrifying. The use of the soundtrack and the noises in this game is some of the best you'll find in any horror game, and the ambience and what you like, walking around with a little lighter trying to like light up a room and then something jumps at you, or trying to deal with the guns and the combat system as terrifying creatures are trying to kill you. But also, it's a really fun game, so it's very creepy and intense. It is also enjoyable to play through in a way that some horror games aren't, because some horror games you're just on edge and you're just at high adrenaline, high heartbeat for the whole play session. This one definitely does do that, but it's also quite fun. But it is definitely still one of them games you kind of have to brace yourself to play and be in the right mindset. A Chair in a Room. This is a slow burning horror game. This isn't quick pace. This isn't insane jump scares. It's about anticipation and suspense. You play as a patient that's woken up in a place called Greenwater, and you're trying to piece together your memories and work out how you got there, why you got there, and why you are now the focus point of this very intense horror movie. It's kind of like an escape room if escape room was in VR and it was really, really horror and intense, and it kind of reminds me of old school Silent Hill in the kind of game mechanics and the progression of the story. But don't think slow burning means that it isn't terrifying and creepy and will make you jump, because it definitely will do that. It will just do it at a slower pace. Kobold. Now, if I had to sum this game up, I would say that it's a video game where you play as somebody trying to find a missing child, and then you get roped into your own horror and you become part of the horror movie. Now, in this, you play through, it's very visual, you aren't fighting things, you aren't shooting. Instead, you're observing, you're trying to find clues, clues, you're trying to avoid things, spooky things, and you're trying to work out why this child went missing. But in doing so, you actually become somebody who might go missing too. My only critique is that I think these games need to be a little bit longer. This is kind of something you pick up, you play, you introduce to other people, and you kind of watch them, like a few of these games. It's enjoyable, it's interesting, and it's kind of feels like you're watching a really scary movie, but you're also playing it. It isn't something you'll play through many times, and it's a bit of a pick up, kind of enjoy, get spooked out, and then put down kind of game. But the price usually reflects this, and it's often not that expensive on Steam. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. This is completely different to a lot of the games on this list. This isn't just a jump scare spooky game. This is a survival simulator in a post-apocalyptic zombie-filled world. You're gonna have to scavenge for supplies, craft weapons, and fight off zombies. Where it gets scary is in a lot of the houses and a lot of the explorations, you will have zombies just run at you and jump out, and the environment is just spooky. Now, don't get me wrong, it's way more playable than a lot of the games on this list, but you still are gonna get jumped, you are gonna get scared, you are gonna get spooked out, but while also really enjoying the gameplay and shooting some zombies. I mean, who doesn't like zombies and fear? Actually, just the zombies. Subnautica. Now, this isn't a horror game, nor is it pretending to be one. It's not dressed up as one, but for some reason, whenever I play this game, there is a creepiness, there's an eeriness, there's a vastness to the game that just makes it feel quite spooky and scary. You've crash landed on an alien ocean, and you basically have to go and gather as many resources and building equipment, and basically just trying to survive at the beginning and then trying to get off this planet. It's lonely, but it's also eerie. You're surrounded by kind of water, and you're trying to survive, and it's quite intense, but the eeriness is in the kind of things that can jump out at you, the things that can kill you, or just your own negligence and not checking your oxygen, things like that, and just dying. That can also kill you. Now, I don't think this game would be as spooky if it wasn't for VR. I think the VR definitely does take it to that next edge. I think if you were just playing with a console, it just wouldn't even feel the same, but definitely for some reason when that VR's on and the sounds are in, there is a spookiness. Dreadhalls. Now, this is a complete throwback. When I played this last, it was many years ago, and it was absolutely scary, and it was definitely a hype scary game. This is one of them ones that you give a friend and you watch them kind of jump. Now, the graphics aren't super realistic, but that's part of the love for this game. You're just trying to survive, you're just trying to escape these different rooms, these different environments in a very creepy castle-esque environment. There's a lot of creeping around, and you will guaranteed jump and panic on numerous occasions. Cosmodread. If you like alien movies and you want to know what it's like to be stranded in a spaceship that's failing in space, filled with potential aliens that want to kill you, this is the one for you. The game mechanic's quite fun. You've got a little torch, as you can imagine, very dark ship, many things that creep around and will scare you, plus will kill you as well. It's one of my favorite space survival games. It's absolutely epic in VR. What else I love about the game is that every single time you load up a new game, it gives you new environments, new jump scares, everything's in a different place, so you can play this through multiple times, unlike some of the games on this list that you kind of learn where the jump scares are and you learn how to beat it. This game always gives you something different, which I do really appreciate and love. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Now, I'm not sure if this needs any introduction because it's one of the most famous horror games around, but I can say the VR version is definitely more scary. You play as a surveillance kind of security worker, and you're trying to keep this place just safe from people, you think, and then guess what? It's not from people, it's from crazy teddy bear things that want to kill you. You have to look at them, you have to be careful how you move, you have to really think about each move, and you have to act quick and slow at the same time. Now, you could play any Five Nights at Freddy's, they all kind of feel the same. There's a couple of new ones, but all of them, any of the ones that work on VR, are terrifying, and they are probably my favorite game to kind of showcase VR fear to someone. Like, if you've got a friend round or a family member, it's a great game because it's quick paced, it's hard, and it is terrifying. So that concludes this list. If you've enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe, and please let me know which is the most scariest VR game you've ever played. I'll see you on the next one.